So, Smart Christian, also known as Mr. Corey Minor, has just made a video. It's very, very heartbreaking. You don't know me, he does Christian commentary videos, basically Christian apologetics on YouTube. He made a video announcing that he is apparently ill, and it's got the community very, very concerned. A lot of Christian YouTubers making videos and commenting about the subject matter. And I wanted to talk about this particular story while we keep him in prayer, to remind us also ourselves the things that a clear revelation about the body, the human body as it is, and the theological standpoints that people hold, right? Basically, you can see what truth is there, basically, in how a person lays out their theological position on how realistic it is to an average person's everyday life. There are people who have genes such that they don't get sick. A year will go by, they've never even had a neck pain, not even a sneeze. And those people are the ones that mostly craft themselves around ideologies like the prosperity gospel, in a manner of saying the health and wealth gospel. They claim it, declare it, that whole 9 jazz, decree it, all of that stuff that you hear a lot of people preaching. See, that form of theology, because of how it doesn't really formulate itself around realities of a human's life or an average person's life, it tells you how far false it is. If a person is in denial of the fall of men, they hold to such positions that are not in conforming views to what the fall of man actually means at this current state. Like there's either an ignorance to it, misunderstanding, confusion, or some type of a position that just does not conform itself to reality. For example, name it and claim it. If I just sit naming and claiming, there is no work that accompanies, there's nothing there. Now, I can also name and claim and work hard, and none of that, what I name and claim, comes, because I do not author or alter what life comes to be. See, I cannot alter what's happening inside my body to cause me not to become sick. So it doesn't make sense. The prosperity gospel does not make, the health and wealth gospel doesn't make sense when you think of things in that manner. Doesn't make sense. Something is off. Somebody done lied somewhere. Someone has been lying. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall want nothing. He makes me to lie down. He makes me to lie down. There is He who plans my life. He alters my life. He decides what the end. And then he goes, he makes me lie down to greener pastures. So if I see what does not look like greener pastures, the Bible has stated. The verse then goes on to say that even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, unawares, you may say, I will fear no evil. Not that I know that there is any evil. I will fear nothing, even if it's there. And then he says, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. Correction and direction. That's what the rod and the staff stand for. You prepare a table before me, before my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. You will notice that in this there is a complete dependency on him, because he is the one that does, not me. I'm not declaring anything so that it can be. He makes me to lie down. There is a dependency on God. Last time I spoke about if one can not be sick and God still be healer, we have to ask ourselves, what have we believed about God? You know, it's times like this you really question or you deal with what you have believed about the things that the Bible talks about. Because it's important you revisit those things, right? If you have the wrong idea, it might crush your hope and your fear. You know, when I was thinking about this subject matter, I was kind of like reading some of the verses pertaining like what our motivation is as we go through sicknesses and illnesses and all those things. And some of the verses are very, very interesting in my view. Like Psalm 34, verse 18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. So he's there to lift up. But if you believe you're already in the wrong, there's a moment where David encouraged himself. Now, if you are downcast, he's there to lift up. But you have to know that about him. So do not fear, Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. That's the thing to know. Right? We hold on to him because he's the one who is there when no one is. He's there even when people are sitting here and I'm quiet. He's there. His presence goes beyond sitting next to me. Because you are limited to sitting next to me. But God is not limited to that. God is there even at the cause of my thoughts. That you can sit in front of me and I'll be thinking something completely far off. And you are not present at that thought. But he is. Because he can answer those thoughts that bring discouragement at a time of pain and all that. You see, what we believe has to line up with the realities of what we see. The reason why I'm speaking about this particular subject matter is because there's a lot of people that might look at Corey Minor and say, you know, he criticized pastors, he questioned pastors and all those kind of things. Touch not my anointed. That's because your theological position is flawed. It does not look at the realities of the fall of man. You see, if a person is at a denial of the fall of man, they will have unrealistic belief systems. Their theological position will not hold water. So it's important you remember it has to line up with the realities of what we see. People get sick. And if that's not a reality, you think it's at a confession of your mouth, there's something you do not understand about the fall of man. Now, for some people, they think the moment they became born again, all of that was restored. The Bible says creation awaits for the rising of the sons of men. He's not talking about sons within this body. He's talking about the sons at a position when the glorified body has been given. We call that glorification. When the spirit man is reunited with the resurrected body. We don't have that. So the theology again is misinformed. You know, one of my favorite videos from Corey Minor, it's this video on secular music. You should go and check this video out. I'll put it in the description below. In this video, Corey lists out and he documents like fully. It's a short video, but he shows what is it that a Christian should think pertaining secular music. If you've never thought about the subject matter, go check that video. He really brings a balance that each person should think of. It's not just a yes or no. There are certain things that he lists out that show when a person is well read biblically and understands how to use the Bible. Not people that use the Bible for their own benefit. Time to think about what you truly believe about everyday life. Because you are not sick right now. You turn around, look at other people who are sick and tell them, unless they are like you. See, there's a problem in your theology because it's not realistic to an everyday person's life. What we believe must line up with what you see in everyday life. Y'all tell me your thoughts. Maybe you might think of some other verses pertaining to this subject matter. 2 Corinthians chapter number 12, verse number 9 has a very interesting one. When Paul asked to be relieved of the troubles that he had at that point, and he says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. His power is made perfect. He doesn't say his power is made perfect when we are naming and declaring, believing health, prosperity. No. His power is made clear. His power is made clear. Not in my words. His power is made clear, particularly pertaining that manifestation. It's made strong in that weakness. So now, people's roles with God are competing because people believe the wrong thing. For some people, they've never thought about it. There's many other videos that are online that will kind of like really delve deep on these subjects. Study both those that believe and those that don't believe. Don't just take what you heard and follow that.